Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, man, slipping over my words already. That's not a good sign. But welcome to the show. You know what time it is. It's time for that Raw recap. Oh, let me fix that right quick. Boom. This ain't no Geek Boy. This is Russell Boy. Tonight, Raw. I don't really know what to say about tonight's Raw. I feel like there was a lot of stuff that happened, but it was like, it kind of feel a little bit jumbled together. It didn't. Tonight's, I feel like Triple H has been really good about shows that transition and flow well. Usually, tonight's didn't feel that way. I felt kind of out of it a little bit. So we're gonna get through the show. I don't think it was a bad show tonight. It just wasn't. I don't think it was a great show by no means. We got David in here. What up, Dave? Thank you for joining me. We got, man, what up, babe? No, we already know this. You are the one that be looking good, babe. Oh, it's just 3 hours. I feel more damn sign than it's on. I wouldn't go that far, man. But it wasn't. I don't know. There was some good parts, but when it wasn't good, it was. Man, I don't even want to say bad. It just didn't feel like a very good, well-oiled machine tonight like it normally does. That's the problem. But enough of that. We're going to jump into the show. It starts off with the only thing that should be starting off literally every show because it's the hottest thing and it simply just straight up does not miss. It's the Bloodline. Jimmy Uso comes out. He's with Solo Sikoa. There's no Jey Uso tonight. He comes out and he's talking about, oh, here we go. We got Miles in the chat. Look at, I'm not a big fan, but I was happy to see Becky Lynch leading Trish Stratus. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, my man Miles, I know you was a fan of Omos when we went and saw him. What do you think about him and Brock Lesnar facing each other? I need your opinion on that because, again, you were taken back by Omos, and I think it's a stupid match, so I want your opinion on it. So if you could give me that before you bounce out tonight, I would greatly appreciate that, my man. But Sammy Uso comes out talking about, Kevin Owens was supposed to cause cracks in the bloodline. Didn't happen. Sammy was supposed to do it. Didn't happen. Cody Rhodes come up at WrestleMania. You think that's going to happen? Ain't going to happen. So they're running their mouth, and then out comes the Street Profits. They run their mouth. They go back and forth a little bit. He goes, what do you talk about? We already smashed you. And then a brawl breaks out, turns into the match. I guess it was scheduled to begin with. And they have themselves a match. A decent match to start the show. I'll just put it that way. I feel like we've seen Usos and Street Profits. Solo in the mix doesn't work as well. Usos and Street Profits have fantastic chemistry together. But Solo he doesn't mix in with that whole thing. Not a bad match. Not a bad match at all. Just not what we're used to with the Usos and Street Profits. And in the end, it was Solo picking up the win when he hit the Samoan spike on my man Angelo Dawkins. Not cool with that, but it is what it is. And then Solo gets the pin. Afterwards, they're like, yo, we ain't tired of these people. So they start beating down Street Profits. Then out of the crowd into the ring, here comes Kevin Owens right as Solo's about to hit that corner turnbuckle butt spike slam. I don't even know what it's called. He's about to do it with the chair. I think I'm a man Dawkins. Me and Solo got some beef now, but in comes Kevin Owens. Interesting thing about Kevin Owens, he was literally dressed exactly like Sami Zayn has been dressing as he comes through the crowd. Black hoodie, black pants, has to pull the hoodie down. He throws Solo out. He gets a stunner on Jimmy and then hightails out of the ring. That's your opening segment. Not as long as they normally are. Still good, though. I enjoyed this part of the show. Next up, we go from good part of the show to absolutely, I have no idea what you're doing part of the show because we get an MVP lounge with Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar, funny as he always is, he just kicked back. He's dancing to MVP's music. He's waiting for MVP to come down. He goes, look, get in the ring, man. You want to talk business? You're here to sell the crowd. You're here to sell me on a big fight. Let's see what you got. MVP slides in. He said he here for it because he likes Omos, and that's why I like to hear from people because again, with me, I think it's dumb. A lot of other people think it's dumb, but casual fan, he just tunes in, watches what he watches, and that's what he wants to see. So I don't see the match. He does. I can't complain about it anymore. Decent open match. And Mata is absolutely sorry. He's on the media card. It's a swing and miss by Paul. Nice running by KO. Keep the continuous bloodline thread going 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'll go with that. It's Tidy here. My man Tidy joining us. Missed you last night, dude. Don't ever do that again. You hear me, man? I'm just joking. I know you got stuff going on. But that's not true. It took 10 minutes. We'll get to the end of the segment, but you say you don't want it. Miles here says he does. And I've seen a few other people on Twitter say they're excited for it. So I'm going to go into the match with an open mind. But as I said, they were doing the stuff. And then Omos, he sells Brock on the idea. Brock says, all right, let's do a handshake on it. And MVP is reluctant again. And then he says, let's have a drink over it to celebrate. MVP's like, I don't want to drink what you're drinking. It's called White Lightning. There you go. White Lightning is moonshine. So, and MVP's like, I'd rather just do champagne. And Brock feels disrespected. He goes, no, you're going to do it. He gives MVP some. He spits it because it's too much for MVP. Brock gets mad. His face is red. I don't know if it's from the moonshine or if he was legit mad that MVP spit in his face. But then he took his cheap handkerchief, cleaned his face off, sneezed in it, put it back in his pocket. Handshake, F5 to MVP, out. Brock is great in the segment. I have nothing bad to say about Brock in the segment. I'm just very, very hesitant to get on board the match. But as I always say, not everything is made for everybody. And there's clearly an audience for this match. So I will give it a chance. Maybe it'll surprise me. I don't think it'll be any kind of barn burner 5-star classic. I think it could be a fun spectacle, though. So that's what it is. I agree. I don't think he should be on the card. I'm not even disagreeing with it. I don't think he should be on the card because 2 out of 3 last matches we've seen him, he lost. So it's like, why, bro? But it is what it is. There you go, Tidy. I was telling Tidy about this earlier. We saw Sharon Needles, but yeah, she was wild and crazy. I can't believe he drunk moonshine. What the shit? He spits in his face. I don't know. The fact that his face was so red makes me think it was probably real alcohol. It like lit him up, but maybe it was. Maybe it was just water. I don't know. That was a segment. Again, I am not excited about the match. I'll give it a chance. And again, it's for fans, like for people who tune in like this. Yeah, I can't tell other people they're wrong. I just can't. I could just tell you what I think. Brock's got a lot of work to do in this match to sell me on it. I'll say that. And since he usually doesn't do a very good job with the big men, it's a tough sell. Yeah, that was a rip on MVP for sure. Next up, Lita and Becky interview. They talk about the tag match that's on later tonight against Damage Control, and that's that. Yeah, boom. It does. Yeah. Bro, it's not she might be off the chain. She is officially gone off the chain, been off the chain for years and years, probably since season 3. Absolutely just loose cannon. What I don't know if you ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which reminded me of Charlie Wild Card. That's what she was yesterday. Crazy. Next up, Baron Corbin. He's been interviewed. I like the whole way they're doing Baron Corbin now because obviously the shit he was doing doesn't work. But now they're doing these things where they interview him, and then halfway through the interview, they're like, hold up, no, something more important. Push him to the side, make him feel disrespected, make him feel like he ain't shit, build him back up that way, give him something new. I like what they're doing with him. They go to KO, and they're like, hey, what's going on? Are you worried? He goes, no, my mission is to end the bloodline, and I will do that. If I have to do it myself, I will do it. That's what I've been doing. He's going to do it. Anyway, that's that. And they don't even go back to Baron Corbin. So we don't even get to hear what the man has to say. Give some Baron Corbin some more respect. Damn it. After that, Judgment Day. They're just in the back and they're running the mouth, talking about Charlotte, talking about Ray. That's all it was. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. It is what it is. Boom. Boom. And see, Sad Corbin worked. Happy Corbin didn't work. Ignored Corbin might work. What was it before Sad Corbin? I don't even know what he was, but then Consequent Corbin worked. And then what was the one? Lone Wolf Corbin. Like, I feel like Corbin has more hits than misses. They just always miss with his hits. Yeah, a lot of people say that there's no saving Baron Corbin. I disagree 100% on that one. I think Baron Corbin could be saved. He's that good. He gets the business. I don't think. After that, and see, this is the thing I used to complain about Dynamite doing all the time. It's literally segment, segment, we get another segment with the Maximum Male Models, and they want Otis. Mansois and Massé, they're still not on board with it, but Maxine is like, it's gonna happen. And I think she convinces Otis to have a match. They're like, yo, we want to see you in action tonight. He goes, oh, I can make that happen. So he goes and he finds a match. He's very excited. I totally skipped over that. I don't know why I did this. The Cody Rhodes, Chad Gable. That was right before the Baron Corbin thing. Great match. Obviously, it's Cody Rhodes. It's Chad freaking Gable, the most literally straight up. I don't care what anyone says. The most underrated dude in all wrestling today. Not even a question. Chad Gable was so good when he ate the, what's it called? I don't even know anymore. When he ate Cody's finisher. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm done with Cody. It was so. I thought he broke his neck. The way he sells it is so damn good. Chad Gable is just next level, man. I hate that I'm starting to hate that he takes so many losses. He's just too damn good. But the good thing is, I think he is moving away from the Otis thing. Maybe it'll do something with that. A pretty good match with Chad and Corey. A little predictable, but Service versus Corey looked good. Yeah. Cody ain't losing until Mania, and he might not lose at Mania. So I know he's going to win literally every match he's in up until Mania. That's fine. If you can give me matches like tonight, though, where even if it's predictable, it's really freaking good, like it was, because Chad Gable is so damn good, I'm okay with it. Then afterwards, I didn't understand the whole segment, and during the match, he went out to Otis. That's his new name. I don't care. He went to Otis, and he's talking to him about something, and he pushes him over here. Then Otis is like, what is going on here? And then he throws him. I didn't understand what the whole purpose of that was. It was very weird, but it is what it is. Then Cody went in and finished the match. Otis was out in the crowd because he got thrown over there. Then we did the Baron Corbin Judgment Day Maximum Male Model stuff. Next up, Carmella Asuka. Straight up. I'm doing Cody too. No offense. Wrong. Yeah. Yeah, that was so good. I thought he broke it. It was such a sick way he took it, man. I love Chad. So good. And thank you for joining. Sorry, Courtney. I just seen you join, so thank you for that. But yeah, Carmelo, Asuka. I don't know how many times Carmella has to have matches like this before people finally realize, like, yo, she is legit. Her and Asuka have great chemistry. I enjoyed the match. I didn't even realize that Asuka has never beat Carmella, so that was cool. They incorporated that into it. Match makes sense to have. It honestly makes sense to have. Asuka has this moment, and Carmella's like, yo, she's never beat me one-on-one. And okay, so they do it. Fun match. So fun. Asuka ends up getting the win. Nice little like technical roll-ups at the end, going for pins, turn into a submission, but then that slips out into another pin attempt, then another pin attempt, then the submission to the fine. All good stuff. I love it. That is the I don't like picture in picture. I just fucking hate it so much. But what I did see, I liked. I wish Carmella would get more props. Carmella ain't been stepping up. Carmella always been stepped up. Carmella is awesome. Probably for the past few years. She's so good. She's so good. Triple threat Lumen. I don't think so. Don't be surprised if Carmella gets in time. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're just using Carmella now to get to Mania, to fill in time until we get to Mania. So we're not seeing Bianca and so-and-so versus Asuka and so we're not getting stuff like that. We're switching it up. I don't think she's getting added. I think it's just to fill in time. Oh, we're gonna get to that too in a second, babe. After the match, Asuka calls out Bianca. Bianca immediately comes out like she's just waiting. And man, I'm drawing blanks on everything tonight. But like she literally walks out as soon as Asuka says something. She goes, I know you ain't calling me out here unless you talking about we going, I don't know, Bianca. Sometimes Bianca gets on my nerves. Tonight is one of those moments. But as they're doing their thing, Carmella attacks Asuka from behind. Asuka knocks into Bianca. Carmella leaves. Bianca starts running her mouth at Carmella. Carmella's like, "You ain't the AST," and then she disappears. So I enjoyed everything about that one. Sue me, I don't care. They go right into Piper Niven versus Candice. As Candice is coming out, Nikki is following her, and she's all like, kind of like, cry. I don't even know, but she comes out. Nothing crazy about the match. It was short. I think it was just the kind of further move along the Candice and Nikki stuff, which the thing I did notice about tonight, I'm going to cut into the, no, I'll finish this match and I'll talk about it. But anyway, they ended up on the outside. Candice got thrown in. Nikki tried to charge Piper. Piper just slammed her to the side, got in the ring, looked back at Nikki for whatever reason, and then Candice rolled her up. 1, 2, 3. Candice left. Nikki helped Candice. So what I like what's happened here is this is one of 2 segments that happened tonight that showed you that after WrestleMania, we are going to have a tag division for the women. Candice and Nikki are one of the teams. We'll get to the other one in a minute. They're building up to it. And the tag titles main evented Raw. I hope they keep the momentum going through WrestleMania because there are teams that are right there on the cusp of happening in which we are going to see a legit tag division. Please do not fumble this shit again. This is like the 6th time you've tried to re-up this. Don't fumble it again, man. It's right at our fingertips. I want it so bad. Yeah, Bianca can't sometimes. 100%. Every once in a while, she deviates from it, but yeah, it is. It's so bad. Turn her heel, honestly. My girl Amanda said, she says, why don't they just cut her? Becky gonna cut her ponytail off. No, it ain't happening. But that would be enough to turn her into a little bitch, be a heel again. I don't know. But I do think we're gonna have a women's tag division. That's the hope I got from tonight's show. So all of the stuff that's happened, that's the one thing I'm like, okay, something to look forward to. After that, Johnny Gargano, he's being interviewed. He has a match with Otis because Otis went into the locker room and said he wanted some hot action tonight. And Johnny Gargano goes, oh, he wants a match. Okay. But then Judgment Day walks up and Damian Priest is like, last time I saw you, I laid you out. And I feel like I want to do it again. And then Finn's like, hold up. And then he says, if Otis doesn't gobble you all the way up, I'll finish you off next week. That's very odd wording to use, but they did. And so that's next week. Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Thank you. That's it right there. I'm going to keep the Chad Gable thing alive because I think it's fun. But anyway, so that's happening. Great match next week. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's not about the match. It's about furthering things along. I think that's where you get lost on something sometimes. It's not your style, and that's fine. But tonight's match wasn't about having a match. It was about furthering the Candice and Nikki thing along, which in the end is supposed to create a tag team for the tag division that we've been wanting to develop and grow since they created those fucking belts. And it looks like they're starting to do it. I don't even know what that means. EST has to. Yeah, that ain't happening. She's the RST, the worst at promos. But she is a good heel because she can play the cocky stuff because she is physically fucking talented. Gargano and Otis, where nobody came out looking better than before they went in. So after that, we go to Miz TV, and he's just host of WrestleMania. Like I called last week. I think a few people did, but it was freaking obvious. He's the host of WrestleMania. And I was like, oh my God. Then Seth Rollins came out. I was like, thank goodness. Here comes Seth Rollins. It's the whole, oh man, it's such a fucking good time. Oh my God. It's one of the best parts going to the WWE show is when Seth Rollins comes out. It's such a damn good time. Vince didn't book it well either, but at least he's not just throwing 2 girls together and say, you're in the tag team. He's giving us reasons as to why these girls are teaming up. That's what we always wanted. We don't like it when people are just like, put this person in and put this person in, and now they're a tag team. It's like Nikki came to Candice. She gave her a reason as to why she's following her, and now they're still doing it, and there's reason for it. They're creating a tag division logically instead of just, there it is. So, honestly, from the past few weeks, because I've kind of noticed that's kind of what it seems like they're going for. It's better than anything that's been done before. So that's what I say about that. They're creating a tag division. If they're not, if at WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, we're still looking and Candice and Nikki on a team, and the other one we're going to talk about isn't a team. Raquel is going to be on a team. Like, they're building up a team, a division that makes sense. That's all I can say about it. If it doesn't happen, I'll admit I'm wrong. I always do. Always do. But that's what I'm seeing. So there's that. There will be. Wrong. Because once Seth Rollins came out, shit got good. Seth came out. He says, yo, I did it a few weeks ago because you were being a bitch. I stomped you 3 times last week because you're kind of being a b-hole. And Miz like, I'm not a B. And then he goes, oh, so you're an a-hole. Oh, stop it. Says like, I don't even care anymore. I just want you to FaceTime Logan Paul because I'm trying to get a hold of him. He goes, I'm not going to do that. So Seth kicks him, takes his phone, unlocks it, calls Logan. Logan's like, Miz, stop calling me. Then he realizes it's Seth. Seth brings up the fact that Jake got beat yesterday. Thank you very much. He needed to add that into it. And then says, I want you next week to confront me. Very easy, very effective. Logan shows up next week. Next week's going to be a fantastic show in Boston. Good on you, Courtney. You get to go to a great show. And yeah, so the first half, I was like, boo this Miz TV. The second half, I'm like, thank you, Seth. You saved Miz TV. That's right. That's what I go for, man. That's what I go for. I try. I just stick with the wrestling shirts most of the time. I got lots of them, but for special occasions, I pull out the drippy drip. As Tidy here says, the tip top drip. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Talia. I think she's had 2, but injuries maybe. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Talia. Honestly, she shouldn't even be on TV anymore. She should be a coach. She just offers nothing to the show. That's what I say about that. But I still see even Shayna and I forgot Shayna and Ronda. They've been put together for a tag team, which is something we wanted. Was it? They're trying to find the right partner for Tegan Knox. That's who I guess helped her this week and is going to help her. Like, they're just trying to find fits that actually work. So Tegan and Liv was never going to work because Liv is too big to be in the tag division anymore. So stop. 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 After that, we go to a Damage Control interview, and Bayley talks about the match tonight. Okay, there was nothing to it. Again, first half, boo. Then Austin Theory comes in and says, why aren't you interviewing me? And he just goes off. Austin Theory, once again, knocks it out the park. And he says, yo, I'm tired of people not talking about me. They're talking about John Cena. And then he starts talking about how he went in Elimination Chamber and he held that. They only like John Cena because the hustle, loyalty, and respect nonsense. And he goes, you want to talk about loyal? There ain't nobody more loyal than me when it comes to this United States Championship. Nice little line. And he goes, I'm going to confront John next week. And I'm going to show him some respect. But he better damn well show me the same respect I'm going to give him. So looking forward to that. Again, next week is looking to be this week was almost like a setting up for next week. That I guess that just came into my head. I just pieced it together. They weren't really trying too hard this week. They're like, okay, let's put all our eggs into the next week's basket and let everybody know next week is the show to tune into. So boom. Thank you. I agree that just you shouldn't be throwing people together. And that's kind of what they did the first time with Natalya. Now they're just trying to find the pieces and stories that make them come together. And what's sad about this one right here, I don't think Starks is going to beat Jericho because Starks beat Jericho to start it. And if you go back and you look at all Chris's feuds that he's had, whoever won the first match between Chris loses the second one. Max, the biggest fuck up they've done, one of the biggest ones they've done over there is have Max lose to Chris Jericho at the end of that feud. The Orange Cassidy one, Chris beat him first, but then Chris Jericho came back and lost. But then Orange Cassidy beat him, but he ended up just beating him by. So Starks is going to lose this week, unfortunately. That's just how I see it happening. And they'll probably just fucking stretch this out even longer. But yeah, Theory has to beat John Cena. If he doesn't, Boo on you, Paul. That's a terrible, 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 terrible decision. But yeah, like I said, you're damn straight. It is very hard to make tag teams after Vince because one, fans are just like skeptical, like, oh, this one isn't gonna last. This is just happening because so Triple H is taking his time and doing it. It's WrestleMania season. You don't want to be trying to do shit that doesn't have to do with WrestleMania. You want to get all the eggs in the basket for WrestleMania. Slowly build something up and then let it blow up after the show. That again, I'll move on from it. That's just what I think they're doing with the women's tag division. Next up, Bobby Lashley. He comes out and he destroys Elias. I think it was less than a minute. He just completely ran through his ass. Then afterwards, he started to leave. As he got to the top of the ramp or walkway, Bray Wyatt comes up on the thing. He's doing the Muscle Man dance. Missed this shit. After Friday, I was like, boo, Bray. But now tonight, I was like, yay, Bray, because I like doing the Muscle Man dance. Pull up your pants and do the Muscle Man dance. Putting things in there of Bray where he or Bobby where he's like bouncing around and shit with a still fucking great. This is the stuff I want Bray doing. I don't want him doing the just everywhere hokey. It's hard to understand what he's doing with the shit he did on Friday. Tonight was like, yo, he's just literally playing mind games with Bobby, and it works. More of this, Bray, please, and thank you. No, he did not. Don't even try that. Don't even try it. Vince would put the titles on someone, and then the division would be dead. He had no intentions of building teams up, creating teams. He'd throw two people together and then say, you're the new champions. The other champions would disappear, and that's that. We have teams being built. Straight up, we have teams being built. Those tag titles are on the show every single week. Whether they're defending them or they're just there, they are there. Them champs are seen every single week. It is not the same. I can't let you get away with that one, man. That's not even true. Not even true. Love the Muscle Man dance. That's what I'm talking about. Bray. What is the Bobby and Bray recap? Nope. Again, nope. That's funny. Bray is trying to get into his head by playing his little games with him, his little mind games on him. And this one works because Bobby is a no-nonsense guy. Literally a no-nonsense man. Bray is like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do today. So he's playing these little stupid they're juvenile and childish little mind games to get into Bobby's head and get him off his game plan. Do more of stuff like tonight and not like Friday, because again, Friday was a clusterfuck of nonsense that should not have aired. Whoever signed off on it, you're dumb. Tonight's more of that. I must have missed this one. I don't remember that him having another Brock Bobby match. I don't remember him like threatening that. I mean, I don't know. I maybe I missed. I don't know. He won't. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. He won't. Next up, Chelsea Green. That's right. Everyone's favorite new addition to the show that everyone hated prior to being there. Chelsea Green. She's with Adam Pearce, and she goes, yo, how am I supposed to know there's an Ottawa? What is it? Ottawa in Canada. She goes, you're Canadian, Chelsea. You should know this. So she's throwing a fit, yada, yada, yada. Then in comes Carmella. She starts running her mouth. And as soon as I saw it, I remember them having a segment, I think 2 weeks ago together. And I was like, that's a perfect tag team. So what happens at the end of this one? Hold on. Where did she put it? My girl put it up there because she got excited too. Boom. Carmella and Chelsea will be a tag team after WrestleMania. Like I said, they're building more teams. This perfect. They are perfect for each other. Mella is just this arrogant, like everybody should pay attention to me person, and Chelsea is Karen. So they are a great pairing together. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be awesome. They will be tag champs by the end of the year. Straight up. Promise it. Oh, that's a new feature on here. I love that. Sorry. But then Adam Pearce tells Carmella, she goes, oh, you want a match with Bianca? Fine, you get it next week. Now just leave me alone. And then he walks off. And then Chelsea and Carmella have a little back and forth. I go, he's rude. Yeah, he is rude. And then They're bonding. Why are they bonding? Because they're going to be a tag team champs. He's at 8 months and he's made a significantly better show. A WrestleMania that we are looking forward to, stories that are being built up for the show. He's not just throwing a bunch of people on the show like Vince did. He's making it a very exclusive event like it should. He's done a better job. I don't know how you don't see it. I don't. 8 months true. Just now, trying to bust. Trust me, I know your point of view. Like everybody likes some Chelsea. Chelsea is fucking awesome. She is so hilarious. She gets it. She gets wrestling. She's like, I don't need to win matches. I just need to get over with the crowd, because after I get over with the crowd, then I'll start winning the matches. She gets it. Smart. That's the way to do it. Awesome. Tag team. That's my prediction. Put that on my predictions for 2023. Chelsea and Carmella will be tag champs by the end of 2023. Next up, we get Gargano versus Otis. Not a bad match. I think it was better than the last one. They included the Maxine at ringside, Mansois and Mace. Sorry, Mace. I'll never mess your name up again. They're at ringside. They're still not on board with it, but Otis fell out to the ring at one point, and then he looked up, and there where Maxine was. So he got pumped up. He caught Johnny on a over-the-top rope thing, and then he slammed him. And he looked over at Maxine. He's like, oh, yeah. Showed his muscles off for but then Mace tried to get involved, and then as he's grabbing Johnny, here comes Dexter from behind the thing, tries to kidnap him. Mansois comes and save him. Johnny takes Mansois out. Johnny comes in, and something, I don't even remember how it happened, but he got the jump on Otis. Oh, it looked like Johnny was talking to Maxine, and Otis got mad. So then Johnny hit him with the hanging DDT on the apron, threw him in, hit him with another one, pinned him. 1, 2, 3. Otis looked strong. Johnny got a win. Good match for those reasons. Again, the match was nothing special, but the outcome. Thank you. For sure. Next up, it's time for the main event. And when they said it was the main event, and I looked, I was like, oh, they're going to give these girls about 25 minutes. That's okay. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't have expected that, but they did. Becky and Lita take on Damage Control. Becky did most of the heavy lifting for her team, obviously. Bayley got involved a few times, and then I don't know, the Trish Stratus appearance kind of, I don't know, it was a weird placement. I hate it. I hate it so much when they play the music before they come out. It's like, don't. You're so worried. You ain't worried about helping. You want people to be like, that's Trish Stratus coming out. Like, just come out and help them. Don't put the fucking music on. But she comes out and takes out Bayley. Trish Stratus. Oh, no. Then Becky's able to get Lita in. Lita comes in, does her thing. As Lita's going to the top, she hit the twist of fate on Io. Then she went up the top for the moonsault. Bayley tried to get involved. Trish Stratus pulled her down, hit her with the chick kick. And then Dakota tried to come over and knock Lita down, but Becky knocked her down, then got on the apron under the ropes and hit her put her in the disarm her as Lita climbed to the top, hit the moonsault on Io. 1, 2, 3, new tag champs. So on top of them creating tag teams, or in the midst of creating tag teams for the women's tag division, they've now put the tag titles on the greatest of all time, Becky Lynch, and one of the most popular of all time, Lita, going into WrestleMania, in which I'm sure Damage Control will win those titles back. And Bayley is probably going to take on Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. That could be cool. Maybe they do. I don't know. But they're putting the titles on stars for a reason, because that division is about to grow and blow. It's happening. I fucking faith in it. It's happening. And that's the show. Great way to end the show. People went home happy. Next week's show, off the chain, though. John Cena, Austin Theory, face to face. Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, 1-on. Fucking beautiful. Seth and Logan Paul, face to face. I wasn't even on board with this at first. Now I'm fully on board with it. I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I'm excited for it. The match is going to be fun. But for the love of God, Seth Rollins better not lose that match. But yes, that's the show. Again, there was things that happened that I really enjoyed. And there was things that happened I just didn't get. But after talking about them, I kind of got a little of them. Next week's going to be off the chain. That's all I can say. I feel like tonight's show just, It was what it was. That's the way she goes. So with that, last night I did the Q&A and I said, who was it? D's Games won for that. I did the randomizer, and I don't even know if he's in the chat anymore. He might have left. But David, I'm gonna hook you up, man. I'm gonna hook you up. I think. Ugh. I don't know if you looked at the thing, but if you want something, go watch the video. Tell me what did you want. The shirts, they're all XL. I don't know what size you are. So if you want one of those, I'll let you know. And I'll send it to you, man. Just let me know. Thank you for participating. Thank you for all the great questions. He said, I'm a bright. So yes, on Sunday this week on the Drip King of Wrestling channel, Positively Awesome Wrestling is back with Tidy. And we're going to be breaking down the Bray Wyatt stuff. Not just what's happening now, just kind of everything. Because again, he's lost me. Tonight I'm happy with what I saw, but Friday I was almost mad about it. So, excuse me. I'm looking forward to the Bray Wyatt talk. Yeah. I figured you. I just ain't seen, man. Maybe you were busy doing something. I don't know. But yeah, I got you, man. Just let me know if you want something, and I'll send it to you straight up. Along with some Drip King stickers to start tagging police cars and signs up there. What is it? Dave Horton. What is it? Yeah, Dave and Horton's. Put some stickers over there so everybody goes there and gets a coffee and donuts, knows who I be. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. He did it. Thank you. And that's for Chad Gable, too. We all love Chad Gable. It is the truth. But yeah, that's the show. Catch me back next week for Raw Recap. I'm very excited for next week's show. I think it's going to be really great. But also, Drip King Wrestling on Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock. Tim Hortons, that's what it was. Tim Hortons. I knew it was something Hortons. They got good coffee and donuts. Go tag some Drip King stickers up there so people get some coffee, some donuts, and some wrestling knowledge from the Drip King. But yes, Sunday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, whatever time zone you're in. I don't know. Google the things. Sorry. Or you could just literally hit the bell on my channel and it'll tell you when I'm up. Dolph next week. Who's Dolph going up against? I didn't even see this. Who's Dolph got next week? Is it Mustafa Ali again? Probably. They're trying to put that in tag team as well. That makes sense. Was he a better defensive man than he is a businessman? Because I know Tim Hortons is a big deal up there. I know it's a huge deal up there. But yeah, so that's where you'll find us the next 2 shows. Raw Recap next week, though. Going to be awesome. In the meantime, you need more wrestle stuff. Check out Wrestle Buddy's website. We got some new people putting out some new articles that are very, very, very good. You should check those out. So he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer defenseman and a Hall of Famer businessman. He puts the Dolph in Dolph. But yeah, so that's that. I've rambled long enough. I will see you all next week, also on Sunday, hopefully. And for that, say goodbye. And yeah, thank you all.